So in the lab, we're going to upgrade the vCOPs. I'm using a different lab, one of Arrow's other labs that still has 501, and I'm going to go ahead and update it to 503. So with that, let's go ahead and let's jump over to the lab. So what I've done is I've gone to the IP address and /admin, so I'm going to log into the admin interface this time. You'll notice up at the top we are running 501 build 677.931, so we're going to update this to 503. There we are. So real simple, we're just going to come over here, we'll do an update, and we'll go ahead, and this is basically the update package, so we'll download this, or I've already downloaded it from VMware. I've already got the pack file, so I'll do a browse, and here it is. VMware vCOPs 503 build 818421.pack. Say OK and hit update. vCenter ops cannot revert to the previous installed state. Back up the vCenter manager virtual appliance before you do your update, and that just makes sense. Back these things up before you do it. I've already done that, so we're good to go. So I'll just say OK, and it'll go ahead and start uploading the file. May take a minute, probably won't take that long here. And then you'll see the status start to go here down at the bottom. We'll go ahead and accept the terms of the agreement. I will trust that you will read every word of the license agreement before saying OK. We'll say OK. Proceeding with update will log you out of the admin portal and restart services. So we'll say OK to that. And it's going to go ahead and do the update. A few other things while we're waiting on this to happen. Some of the other management and kind of troubleshooting you may need to do. If there's any issue with a plugin in vCenter, you may want to come back into this interface. I touched on this again during the initial config, and just do the reset and update of the vCenter connection, and that'll reinstall that plugin into the vCenter system. And if for any reason you need to, there's a problem and it disconnects, you can re-update there or change vCenter IPs or vCenter login. So that's right there in the admin interface as well. So give this just a second and we'll wait for it to update. Alright, so now it's going to restart the processes, and notice up here it's version 503 build 818421, so the upgrade was, so far successful. Also notice data migration in process, so any updates to the existing data in the analytics or UI VM is now being processed. So let's see if we can log in. And what you can do is you can log in and monitor this. I don't know how much I'll have since this is a small lab with some idle VMs, but let's see if it's still running here. If you, of course, have a lot of VMs, a couple hundred, couple thousand or more VMs, a bunch of hosts, it's going to take longer to do this migration. And it kind of depends on exactly what they're doing. So this may vary from version to version. Just keep that in mind. But all in all, it's a very painless process. It's probably about one of the easier applications you can upgrade. And to me, this is the beauty of these appliance-based systems. They have to be easy to update and they have to be easy to change. And here you go, update in progress. You can monitor the status, and it's just going to continue on. Probably won't take too much longer here, and it'll give you any more detail down at the bottom that it needs to do. While that's running for just a second, just again to reiterate while we're here, that here's where you update and unregister your vCenter connection or do a new registration. So if there is a problem with the plugin or connectivity to vCenter, feel free to come in here and click update and re-enter in your login information, your IP, things like that, do a test, and then do apply. So that's about the only other kind of troubleshooting you need to worry about outside of an IP change or something like that. Here's our status. So also you can start and stop your services. We hit on that a little bit earlier. If you want to dump out diagnostic information for support, it's right there. And here's your IPs, your versions, and your builds. Let's see, our little update progress bar is gone, so it is done. So if we look, we can see here that everything is finished. Updates are finished, installs done, upgrade CapIQ database is done, other databases are done, and we're finished. And that's how you do an update. So really simple, not a whole lot to it. Hopefully everything runs. If it doesn't run, you may be on the phone with VMware support. But all in all, it's really not a bad way to do it, especially if you do the vApp.